Soon everyone, welcome back to Emnix Plays Path of Exile, Breach League Hardcore. We are slowly plotting our way towards Act 2, Cruel. It's it's still taking a while, but we're getting there. So I have equipped some new things. As you can see from last episode, we got a new sword. I went and added some more support gems to our counterattacks, and I added a curse on hit as well to Tempest Shield. So Tempest Shield, curse on hit, increased duration, Poacher's Mark. So what Poacher's Mark is, it gives us additional life and mana on hit for those that are cursed, obviously, as well as reduced evasion for those who are cursed. So Tempest Shield will trigger whenever we block. Hopefully we block enough times. At the moment we have 52% block chance, which really, it's not bad. I have some cast on damage taken stuff leveling in my alternate slots, and those will be in the future for, if at some point in time we're going to need cast on damage taken Immortal Call. So I'm working on that. What else? So our counterattacks are Reckoning, Vengeance, Melee Physical, and added Fire. And the idea for those is that every time we get hit, we should be able to counterattack with Vengeance, which should be enough to kill them. And if we manage to block, we can counterattack with Reckoning as well. And we also have a Riposte linked with melee physical damage. A lot of counterattacks. Why is that? Well, the reason is Cyclone is sort of our defensive utility skill, or I guess Blade Flurry in this case. And a lot of damage is gonna come from blocking. If we play a tanky character, I kind of wanted to play something that would be able to counterattack well as well, which would allow us to sort of become more of like a DPS tank. It won't be huge DPS, but tankiness is what I was going for, and damage will be second. Which was one of the reasons why we had so much trouble with the previous character. We wanted to play a tank and we were playing Knockback Cyclone. However, we didn't have 100% spell block at that point. And what happened was we got destroyed by spell damage. That was my one weakness, and I was hoping that I wouldn't actually run into any spell damage issues until much later in the game, and I wasn't careful, and that's how we died. This time around we have to be a lot more careful between Cruel and Merciless, because it could happen again, where we die to some stupid spells or whatnot, and we just have to make sure that if a boss comes and he does a lot of spell damage, we gotta make sure to stay away. Spell damage right now is sort of a big problem, and until we get spell block, it's gonna remain a problem, and for a long time really. And in those cases, we can only rely on life gain on hit or leech or whatever it is. So that part really worries me, because we're going to be doing maps for quite a while, and there's going to be spell damage, and it's going to hurt, man. Now, people mention Arctic armor. I don't know. Do I get that? It might be good.
I almost
but
feel sorry for these doomed
I feel like it would reserve another 15%. Hold on. Can I do it? If I'm playing Blade Flurry, having Arctic armor really isn't that bad. It's not a bad idea. Hold on. Arctic armor reserves 25%. I don't know, man. If I did this, it would reserve 100% of my mana. Yep. I don't know how I feel about that. Blade Flurry wouldn't work. Tempest Shield wouldn't work. But we'd be tankier. 8% less physical damage, 8% less fire damage taken. I don't know. I don't know if this is the way to go. maybe in the future, like maybe I would pick up one like mana reservation cluster, just like 1 or 2 nodes, and that would be enough. Because having Arctic armor, I guess for now would be pretty good. Maybe I drop Herald of Ash. We go double defense again. Because last time we did what? Determination, Herald of Ash. Oh, I'm tempted. 8% less physical damage seems pretty good. I mean, we stand still a lot. Fuck it. Let's do it. So no more Herald of Ash. DPS is gonna suffer, but really, like, how much does it suffer? Realistically, probably not that much. And now we're probably a little bit better off defensively. And I guess right now my main concern is just I don't want to die. It'd be nice if we could clear faster using Herald of Ash. Like, is it making a big difference? Honestly, I can't tell. So maybe this is fine. We'll run at this for a while. I mean, the whole point of like playing this stuff. Some people don't. Okay. Let's talk about this real quick. Actually, like, I think a lot of people, when they play leveling characters, they kind of do the same thing every time, and that's what leads to, you know, people going, "Oh, I hate like having to run the same content every time. It's so boring. You're playing the same old like two-handed build or whatever." But I want to disagree a little bit, you know, with that kind of viewpoint. The way I see it is leveling up a character is just as much of the game as it is, you know, the end game, doing maps and whatnot. And each time you die, maybe you can find a way to, you know, learn something from it, or, you know, find a way to do things faster, do things better. And it's one of the reasons why I'm playing Blade Flurry instead of Cyclone, which we did last time. You know, you can switch it up just a little bit with every playthrough that, you know, it never really gets stale. So here we're kind of trying out, you know, how good is Arctic Armor versus Herald of Ash. It's worth experimenting. It's worth trying out. Is it good? I don't know. Honestly, I don't. But we can definitely try for a bit, and we'll be able to draw a conclusion ourselves instead of, you know, having to have commenters tell us, you know, oh, it's not that good, and then, you know, you're not too sure if it's good or not because, you know, like, some people might say, you know, it's not good, but if you're stubborn enough, you might not believe it. Like, sometimes they get a little stubborn, right? Like, I have people who go, Emnix, like, this skill is really bad, or you should really switch to this item and whatnot. And I don't do it out of stubbornness. And then I die, and I'm like, okay, lesson learned. But sometimes you just gotta figure these things out for yourself. And honestly, that's part of what makes a game like this so fun, right? Like, this process of discovery. Type of shit. So today we're gonna try out Arctic Armor. Why not, right? Why the fuck not? Now my assumption is that this could actually synergize really well. No, that's not true. I was gonna say this could synergize really well in the late game, but we're gonna be playing a Cyclone character that just constantly moves around. So Arctic Armor will actually never take an effect. If it had worked like the old Arctic Armor, where it's like, you know, reduced damage and it drains your mana or whatnot, it'd be amazing for a build, because we have an armor tank that uses Formless Inferno, and Formless Inferno already converts, like, what is it, like 8% of physical damage taken to fire, and then that plus, you know, 8% less physical damage taken, 8% less fire damage taken. That would be so good, right? You would have something close to, like, you know, like straight up, like, I don't know, like 16% less physical damage taken. Like, that's pretty good, man. But Since we're playing Cyclone and we're playing Reverse Knockback, we will always be moving. So that wouldn't do us too much good. However, while we are playing Blade Flurry, I feel like Arctic Armor would be really good because you're standing still a lot, you know? By the way, we leveled up. But there's nothing really spectacular about this level. We're just gonna get defenses. Actually, no, we're getting this dexterity node. Oh, I have another level. What? There we go. And we can kind of just AFK. It's kind of slow. Our counterattack isn't that strong yet. But we can kind of do it. Right? We don't block projectiles, really? There we go. It's not too bad.
I believe in traveling light.
Okay. Now, there has been an announcement made today from GGG. Supposedly, they will be... Well, the announcement of an announcement has been made. And they have announced that... they have announced that Path of Exile 3... No. What did it... They announced that they will announce 3.0 on the 14th or something like that. So that's kind of exciting. Finding out what the new leagues are going to be. Here we go. And what that means for us is that... What was it? They said the league is... Breach League is ending on the 27th or something? So we have something close to 4 weeks. Maybe something like 3.5 weeks. To try and do as many challenges as we can and get into the late game. We're gonna have to push it a little. Not to say that, 3.5 weeks isn't a long time. 3.5 weeks was basically how long we took to get our first character, our Siege Ballista character, into maps. I think just given maybe 4 days more, 4 or 5 days more, we will probably be in maps again. As long as we don't die, obviously. So I'm feeling pretty good, and hopefully we'll have enough to get to 24 challenges. I'm optimistic, honestly, I really am. So let's just keep pushing, and hopefully, we will be fine. 24 challenges is pretty important, I think. I mean, that's our goal, right? At the very least, let's set a goal and meet that goal. Skill point. Let's get the armor and evasion. Actually, no, I just want armor. The red slots are too important to me, I think. Okay, one sec. Alright, sorry. Let's sell this stuff. And what level are we? 45. I don't think we have any new pieces of equipment ready. What is this? Burning arrow? Destroy. And we want shield defense, and then we're gonna get some more block. So that's the plan. It's a shame that we can't run Arctic Armor together with... Let's be careful here. Arctic Armor together with Herald of Ash. Like, I would have really liked to do that. However, I think in the late game we can do something like Herald of Ash, Grace / Determination, and Purity of Fire. Why Purity of Fire, you ask? Well, with Purity of Fire, we get additional max fire resistance, and we get, you know, a lot more resistance onto our uncapped fire resistance. And that in combination with Formless Inferno would probably give us quite a bit of armor. Herald of Ash is just there for damage. Arctic armor isn't that useful for us in the late game anyways, now that I think about it. So we probably don't want to do that, but we can probably leave ourselves with 10% mana, have something like 30 mana left, and oh, I don't know, 30 is a little low. But we can probably do something like that. Maybe run blood magic with Cyclone, and then we should be like super tanky with regards to fire. Not sure about anything else, but with fire we would be super tanky, and it would help. It would synergize really well with, like I mentioned, with Formless Inferno, since not only does Formless Inferno give you extra armor when you have more fire resistance, but it also converts 8% of physical damage taken to fire damage. So we probably want to do that. Either way, I think Herald of Ash, Formless Inferno, Purity of Fire, and probably Determination. Probably a pretty good combo. And then you include Belly of the Beast, and we probably also go Iron Reflex. I'm debating Iron Reflex for the late game, but if we want to be tanky, that's probably the way to go. I don't know. We got screwed last time by elemental damage, and I'm just trying to think of, you know, how you mitigate that. But I suppose there isn't really a true way of mitigating all that elemental damage, unless you just have Leech or something. I don't know. But Purity of Fire would be one way to at least negate the fire aspect, right? Lightning and Cold, I don't know. Let's just get elemental weakness capped and then hope for the best. I mean, maybe we run Purity of Lightning. I don't like that. Anyways, that's not something we have to think about until much later in the game. You know, we have bigger problems, and I mean it. The problems stem from the fact that, one, we need the surrender, which means we need 200 chaos, at least. And we need to do all this by end of February. What? How do we get that much money? We're gonna have to play smart, and we're gonna have to be frugal. You know, we're gonna have to save every penny. Now, I think the obvious, what everyone is gonna probably say to me is like, well, you just start clearing faster. You know, stop TPing back all the time to sell items. You know, stop doing chaos recipe because, you know, it's a noob trap. And yeah, but that like lowers my enjoyment of the game though, you know. There's like, I'm like extremely conflicted there. So, not sure what we're gonna do there, but I want to have the currency to buy a surrender. And if I have to start doing clear speed meta, I shouldn't call it clear speed meta. That's like, I bitched about it a couple episodes ago. I shouldn't be part of the problem. But I mean, if we want to make money quickly, we probably have to play in a way that forces us to, you know, avoid a lot of things that we normally would like to do. You know, like picking up chrome recipes and superior flasks and all that stuff. Is that fun? I don't know, man. Maybe not. When I was watching streams, like, I did not enjoy watching that kind of stuff. But I mean, a lot of people watch Zizarian and Zizarian, Z. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's the guy that talks like this. Has a pretty high voice. Actually, no, that's terrible. I can't do accents. I'm sorry. Just ignore everything that happened in the last 40 seconds. Zizarian. People like watching him, right? And he does a lot of clear speed stuff. Like, he goes fast. It's not really my style, but if I need to make money, man, maybe that's the way to go. I don't know, actually. One thing I will not do, though, and I don't expect this to happen. Well, actually, it's happened in the past, but one thing I don't want is to take charity. So if there's anyone out there going, hey, you know what, like, I'm not going to be playing hardcore anymore, I can donate, like, 10 chaos to the fund. Thank you. But no thank you. I appreciate the thought, but I want to earn things with my own, you know, through my own efforts. And I don't know, getting help just isn't the way I want it to go. If it was like, you know, one of my buddies who wasn't hardcore who wanted to offer me some money, I'm like, yeah, sure, because I can probably pay them back. But if it's a viewer, you know, the chances of me paying them back is kind of slim, especially for that league. With friends, you can pay them back in personal favors. You know what I'm saying. All right. So we are in Act 2. We're in Act 2, and things are going pretty well. It's a 20-minute mark. How much stuff will we get done today? Or, you know, for the next 10 minutes? Probably not much. At the very least, we should try and get some levels. We're currently level 45. We're not exactly super over-leveled, you know?
I believe in traveling light.
Do you really? I guess you do. Alright. Arctic Armor. Let's not level Immortal Caw, and let's level Vengeance. Blue Pack. EXP is good. Currency would be better, but we've been saying that over and over. Volatile. That's scary. Yeah, that was kind of scary. I know Volatile can kill you, or a character like this. I don't know how likely. I mean, I thought that the only way we would have died would be to Volatile, but turns out you can die to just straight up like spell damage as well. So, like, I was wrong there. No and no. We are level 45, right? Oh, these boots. Is it okay? 56 to life, that's good. 16 to fire res, that's whatever. 8 to cold, 19 to lightning. 20 to move speed. Yo, dog. We might have just found ourselves an upgrade. Let me look at this real quick. If I equip this thing, I will be at, so 96, 117, 86, 112, 115, 93. Heck yeah, it's better. And our life, it goes up too. Our armor goes up, our evasion goes up, our move speed goes up. This is a straight up upgrade. Let's put a couple links on it, or let's try to 4-socket it. Actually, it's 20% at first. Let's 4-socket it. 4-socket it. 4-socket it. Excuse me? Oh my god. And we'll just randomly link it, it doesn't matter. Let's just do this. Herald of Ash, Arctic Armor. Okay. Put this away. There was also something else that I wanted. Something much more important. Belts? Do we have a decent belt? I have a pretty nice life belt. I have an armor belt. This is okay. Alright. So our life values, you know, building it up. Rings? Maybe? I don't know if I have any good rings, really. But let's just look through everything to see if we need any upgrades. Do we have any, like, really terrible... Our rings are actually okay. What about the amulet? Oh, amulet. There we go. That's what it was. Amulet. Oh, fuck. Not enough intelligence. We're too stupid! And not enough dexterity either. Oh, this is a problem. Excuse me. Do I have a decent helmet? Oh, God. I know I have a decent helmet. Level 58 helmet. Okay. So I need 69 int. I'm at 52. I need 140 dex. What? Oh. Oh, shit. Shit, dude. Okay, why you do this to me? Why you do this to me, game? I mean, I could take proficiency in hard knocks. God damn it. I want to put on the anvil. Why? Why do you do this? Okay. Okay. We'll be... Can I get any stats on this helmet? No. Can I get stats on these boots? No. Can I get something on this ring? Yes. Okay. Well, what can I get on this ring? Accuracy, resistance. See, I would like to add resistance to this thing. Not that we need it that badly. Alright, let's add some intelligence. A little unfortunate, but... We don't just need intelligence, we need dexterity too. Okay, let's just figure this out real quick. So 21 int. Okay, now how much dex are we missing? We're missing 11 dex. We're missing 11 dex. Can I put stats on this belt? No? Okay, so the belt won't work. I can't put dexterity on this thing. Yo, I just need 11 dexterity. Help me out here, game. Help me help you. Okay? Is it too much to ask? For 11 fucking dexterity? What's this? Some resistance. I don't get any life. I can't use that shield. Refund. There. That was like pulling teeth, man. That was painful. Well, we finally got the anvil equipped. Why do I want the anvil so bad, you might ask? Well, first of all, this is a max block build, so either way we're going to need the anvil. We lose move speed, which kind of blows. However, this anvil gives us 437 more armor, which is pretty nice. Okay, then we can run Grace. We can run Arctic Armor. So we're looking at 54% evasion, 46%, 1,000 armor basically. It's not much at all actually. And 57% chance to block, 60% with Tempest Shield. So we have a little bit of everything, and that actually feels kind of good, I think. Too bad that we had... I'm just like wasting like refunds, and I feel really bad about that. But you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess, in order to get the character going. We have more block now. We have more block now, and I definitely feel better about that. And now, I guess for the rest of this episode, let's finish up. We're gonna do a 40-minute episode, and let's go to Western Forest and finish up that stuff. What's that stuff, you might ask? Well, I'm talking, you know, getting the passive point, going to the Weaver's Chambers, killing Alira, that stuff. Let's finish all of it, and then we can call it an episode. I think I would be happy at that point. So upgrade Fortify. Okay. And we're getting good EXP here. There are a couple wasted points, admittedly. But overall, it's not too bad. And honestly, I don't think I'll be changing my rings anytime soon. Both of these rings are actually okay. 10% all resistance and 30% fire resistance is kind of bad. But we're going to need it once we get into Merciless. And then once we switch the helmet, that's going to give us a lot of resistance as well. And the shield. Well, not too sure what we're going to do with the shield yet. But I'm definitely feeling better about this character compared to before. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Did I get the waypoint? Maybe not, huh? We do have less damage compared to before. Honestly, I'm not too sure why. I feel like on our previous character we were doing a lot more damage, and actually no, I know why. It's because we were doing a lot more counterattacks, and counterattacks were like one-shotting everything. That's why. Oh, Western Forest. But now, doesn't seem to be the case. So we're kind of just going with Blade Flurry. And you know what else? Why? You know why else we're not doing that much damage? Because we haven't gotten our Ascendancy yet. We're currently level 46 and we don't have an Ascendancy. Normally what I do is I get to the end of Act 1 and I go pick up my Ascendancy, but I guess I've just been a little lazy. We're kind of... Well, I mean, we just finished Act 1, so there's that. But I'm probably ready to fight Asaro. Normal Asaro, that is. I don't think it'll be that bad at all. And, I mean, we have a good combination of evasion, armor, and block. Like, we have a good hybrid going right now, for at least for Cruel. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. And... so basically next episode we're probably gonna get our Ascendancy. And it's gonna be like it's gonna be a much needed Ascendancy, I think. Now the question is, do I pick up Gratuitous Violence or do I actually work towards that spell block? Because just that's how important spell block is. And I think the answer is maybe we roll... Oh god, I'm like going back and forth on this so much. Maybe we roll Blade Flurry all the way until Merciless. All the way until Merciless. And we run like Determination Arctic Armor or something. It's not ideal. I would really like to go Cyclone. However, if I roll Blade Flurry all the way, at least until I'm ready to do my, you know, reverse knockback build. First of all, I don't have to spec into knockback and stuff just yet. I can spec into jewels. I can spec into damage. And not only that, I can easily get the ascendancies that will... Basically, we can skip gratuitous violence. Because with Cyclone, you definitely need gratuitous violence. The idea is you do no damage with Cyclone, but you just pull them all together and one thing dies, everything else dies. Now, it was working for us with our previous build, however, we died to spell damage. I don't want that to happen again to us, and if we don't want that to happen, Blade Flurry might be the way. And it's going to be kind of interesting, because with Blade Flurry, I mean, we aren't doing too much damage with it,
It's hard to cast a spell with the blade.
but I feel really strong defensively. Like, we're really built to be tanky, and yes, it takes forever to kill a boss. Whatever, man. And this might work really well, especially since we just don't have the currency yet to buy the surrender, right? We don't have the currency yet to buy all of our knockback jewels again. So we need to build all that up, and then we're gonna need something, you know, to tide us over in the meantime. I am really starting to think that Blade Flurry is the way to go versus Cyclone. It feels pretty strong. It feels like a fun skill. It's a skill that we haven't played before. There are just too many reasons we have going for us, you know, or too many reasons to pick Blade Flurry. And I mean, I'm enjoying it, right? If I'm enjoying the skill, why the hell not? So the plan is probably going to be we play Blade Flurry. We go all the way to Merciless Ascendancy. Once we pick up our Merciless Ascendancy, we switch over to Cyclone. Because then we'll have Spell Block and Gratuitous Violence. We need both of those in order to get, you know, get anywhere. And if we don't have both of those ascendancies, Cyclone just won't work. And not to say Cyclone won't work, but our reverse knockback Cyclone build won't work. You need Gratuitous Violence to do damage, and you need Spell Block to not die. And last time we only had 2 out of 3, or 1 out of 2, and we died. I mean, I think that's the reason. So maybe for now, this is going to be what we roll with. It's going to be slow. We're not going to have too much damage, I don't think. But, I guess I'm okay with this. Alright, let's finish up with the Weaver. And then I can call it an episode and call it a night as well. I mean, we're clearing this pretty quick. I'm starting to think that maybe we want to use Life Leech over Life Gain on hit. At least for... I don't know, I don't have any good Life Leech nodes. I didn't really invest in it. Maybe I should though. But so far, Life Gain on hit is still serving me pretty well. Alright. So we are done here.
Travel far.
Let's sell this stuff real quick. Not a bad episode, really. We managed to finish up Act 1 quite successfully. We managed to get some good upgrades as well. We found a new boot. The resistances doesn't look like much, but honestly, this is better than what I had before, that's for sure. Tri-res, low tri-res, decent amount of life, and 20% movement speed. I'm pretty happy with it. And we are now high enough level to pick up or to use the anvil. We're gonna need to switch the shield. We're gonna need to switch the helmet. The weapon, honestly, I have no idea what I'm gonna do with that. Still thinking about it. I'd like a high DPS rare, but those are expensive, man. So I don't know. But that's it for this episode. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, as always, you can leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. Otherwise, keep in touch, guys. And I'll see you guys next time. See you soon.